Want to learn my best 6 tips for making 6 figures? Well, listen up, because that's what I'm going to tell you in today's episode. Let's get into it. Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to another episode of the Soul-Led Millionaire. Boy, am I excited to bring you today's episode. Last week's episode was so popular and I had so many people reach out to me about how low-ticket digital products have changed their lives or just interested in learning more about it. So to follow on from that, I really want to share with you my best 6 tips on how to make 6 figures selling those low-ticket digital products. But you can also apply this if you sell mid-ticket, high-ticket, coaching services, whatever it is you do. These 6 tips I find are pretty universal. I know that 6 figures is like the almighty big goal for entrepreneurs and business owners. Everyone wants the 6-figure year. And fair enough, it's a great round goal to go after. And having made multiple 6 figures already in my business, I've learned that the way to make it is by doing the same things. Right? The same things over and over again to enable it to happen. And the truth is, after you've made it once, it is a lot easier to make it again because you're comfortable with it, because you've learned the ropes, because now you understand what works, and so you continuously apply the same method. What I have noticed, as a side note in this industry, is it's sort of like, for some people, it's working, and then all of a sudden they decide to change their approach or add something in. And suddenly they stop making a great amount of money and reaching those 6-figure goals. So if I could get you to take away anything from this episode, is that the same things, doing the same things, are what's going to get you there. Not constantly chopping and changing what you're doing or adding on things, even if you think it's going to improve it or be better. Don't break what is working. As you're making 6 figures, it becomes a refining process. And as you learn what works and what doesn't, and what you actually enjoy doing and don't enjoy investing your time in, which is really important, I really want to highlight that you have to enjoy doing the thing that you're doing in order to make money. Otherwise, eventually you're going to burn out. Eventually you're going to resent doing it. So it has to be aligned in that way where you know what to do. It feels good. You know what not to do, what you don't enjoy, or what not to waste your time on. And then you can really have this beautiful process of making 6 figures over and over again. And for me, I found that the only thing you need to do in order to make 6 figures are these 6 things. These are principles that I live by and that will make your life significantly easier. So you want to know what they are? All right. Number 1, simplify to amplify. I originally heard that from Marie Forleo. And it's basically the premise of the simpler you keep things in your business, the faster you grow. And how I said before about I've noticed a lot of business owners chop and change and try different things and add different things and take different things out. This is the opposite of simplifying. It's making things harder. It's making things complicated. So when you simplify to amplify, the simpler you making money, the faster you're going to grow. And my favorite part about simplifying is that it allows you to go deep with what you are teaching, with the methods that you are using, because you're not trying to do everything and be everywhere. You're able to really focus on what works and what you really enjoy. So for me, I have a system that I use to make 6 figures selling my products. And it is a system I repeat over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And well, lo and behold, it works because I keep using the system that works for me, right? The second tip is to show up every day. Now, this might scare some people. This might think, what? How can I show up every day? I will burn out if you show up every day. My friend, there is a beautiful tool called automation, which means you can show up every day without actually showing up every day. And I don't mean, writing a 10,000 word blog post or producing a Hollywood equivalent video for your YouTube channel. It literally can be as simple as a quote on Facebook or a motivating message to your email list or a simple tip on Instagram. But it's important that every day you show your audience you're there and you're thinking about them and you know your shit and you've got lots of goods for them. You've got a lot to share with them. You've got a lot to teach them. And it's also a great way to tell them about your offers, tell them about your products. It's not just a give, give, give and never ask. It's about giving and asking in unison. It's about developing a relationship with your perfect customers, your ideal customers, your target customers, and giving them value, giving them tips, educating them, and also inviting them to work with you. It's really not hard to do this, to show up every day and to tell people things about what you're passionate about what you're an expert in, about what you love doing. It's not hard to do that. So why not show up every day? You can automate this so that you don't have to literally be showing up every day. The third tip is to share your offers every day. So when you are showing up every day, why not be sharing your offers every single day? I know it's scary to even fathom the concept of selling every day, but it honestly doesn't have to be a big ordeal. Just like automating your marketing, aka showing up every day, you can automate your offerings, automate your sales processes. And this is what I've done. So this is why I'm able to make money daily. It's not just from the active income that I create, if I'm doing a launch or a promotion or a sale in real time, but the automated systems and strategies that I've set up on the back end of my business in order to be able to make money without having to actively sell, right? So you can do this actively or you can do it passively. It's entirely up to you. You have all the options. But what I want you to do is make sure that you're making an offer every day. If someone opts into your list, you should be upselling them something. If you are sharing a tip about something that you're an expert in at the end of that post or that email, you should be inviting people to purchase your product or invest in coaching with you. Everything is an opportunity for you to give people the opportunity to work with you. You are not being sleazy or grimy or salesy. This is your business, and people are getting more when they work from you than if they don't, right? Working with you is going to make their life easier. It's going to make their life better. It's going to improve their life in some way. So stop looking at it like you're a hindrance, like your products are bad, like no one wants them. People want them. The right people are looking exactly for your products and services. If I've learned anything in business, it's that it will all feel big and scary for a moment. And then once you've moved past the fear and you've done the big scary thing, it then becomes an everyday thing. And now you can't even believe you got weird and awkward about it. In the Six Figure Society, I really show you how to sell in the multitude of ways, both automated and active income, passive and active income, so that you can also relax about sales and not having to always show up and make them, and also not having them be a big thing, and let money making actually be easy. And then when you have the energy to, when you're feeling like pumped up about it, you can go and actively sell as well. You get to make money in all the ways. I always say this, it doesn't have to be one avenue and that's the only avenue you can take. You get to make money in all the ways and it gets to be easy. So as you know, the Six Figure Society is opening up for enrollment next week. And next week, I am running a free 5-day workshop on how to make six figures in 2023. And if you want to be a part of that, I highly recommend you go down to the show notes and you sign up to the Six Figure Society waitlist, because that's the only way you can get this content, because it's in the form of a private podcast. So if that sounds like you want to know how to make six figures in 2023, go sign up for that. Now, The fourth tip is to do what's fun for you and outsource the rest. My gosh, business has to be fun. It's got to be fun. I know there are times when, it's challenging and you've got to go through the motions of fixing things and working things out and experimenting. But overall, you should love your business. You should love doing what you do. It should be fun for you. And whatever it isn't, you should outsource it, whether it is by delegation to someone else or it is by automation. Because if you're not having fun in your business, it's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. It's just another job then. And of course, there are going to be times that are more challenging and tedious, but if you're not waking up every day and in some way excited about getting to work, even if you're not excited about the tasks you have to do, then it's not going to be sustainable, is it? The key to this, the solution to this, is to delegate or outsource. Maybe paying an assistant for 5 hours a week can really clear your schedule of all the tedious tasks that you don't enjoy doing or you're not very good at doing. Maybe it is outsourcing to a specific type of software to do a specific task for you rather than you having to do it. Maybe you just need to go on Fiverr and get someone to do a simple job that you've been putting off forever so that it gets done, so that you don't have to worry about it. It is okay to ask for help. It's okay to have help. It's okay to take the shortcut. It's okay to have someone else do it for you. It's okay if it's not up to your very high standards. It's okay if it gets done and it's doing the job. For now, you can always come back and tweak it later, but it's better getting it done now than it is to not. Paying for assistance doesn't actually cost that much when you realize how much more time you have to dedicate to the things that really matter and that you love doing. It really doesn't. 5 hours a week where you get back can change your entire business. It really can. So do what's fun for you and outsource the rest. The fifth tip is to stop listening to people who don't have what you want or do what you do. Seriously. Stop listening to them. Stop following them. Stop subscribing to them. If it's me, if I'm not doing the things that you want to be doing in your business, stop following me. Stop listening to me. Listen to the people and the teachers and the mentors and the coaches who you resonate with, who you want to be like, who you would love your business to model after. Follow them. Listen to them. Absorb from them. It's going to help you be more efficient in what you want to do and show up in the way that you want to show up if you are only zoning in on how they are doing it. If you are mixing it up with different people, like different business owners who are doing different things, and you don't necessarily want to do those, but you're following them because, I don't know, maybe you enjoy their content or maybe they're competition to you, just stop, because it's going to cloud your judgment so much. It is going to make you confused. You are going to get more and more confused about what to do in your business because this person's doing that thing and that person's doing this thing and this person did that thing, but she was doing this thing and now she's doing that thing and that person has now stopped doing that thing and that was the thing that I wanted to do. Now I'm really confused, right? You don't need that because it's just going to hold you back. It's going to stall you. It's going to be another obstacle in your way. This is why I unfollowed every business owner that I used to love and adore on Instagram. Why I unsubscribed from all of their email lists. I stopped listening to them because what I found was I was getting too confused. There were too many mixed messages coming in and I knew what I wanted. I knew how I wanted to run my business and I was at a point where I was running it really well. But the second I would see someone else doing something else or someone else promoting something else or someone else saying that this is the way that they made millions of dollars and it's so easy and you can too, even though it wasn't what I wanted to do, I started thinking, whoa, maybe I need to do that. But it wasn't really what I wanted to do. It wasn't lighting up my heart. It wasn't lighting up my soul. I didn't think, yes, I want to do that. It was like, should I? But I like what I'm doing. Is it enough? This is the last thing you need. You don't need to be questioning yourself all the time about whether you're doing the right thing. It takes so much to build a business by your own design, taking pieces of what you like from what you've seen and creating an entire business model out of it. It takes so much time to do that, that when you go and watch other people doing different things, you let them derail you by doing that, right? And that's what I was doing. So I unfollowed everyone. And now my Instagram account is literally recipe accounts, it's DIY projects, it's gardening stuff, it's home decor. I don't see any business owners on there at all. And then the sixth and final tip for making six figures is to develop your mindset, especially around money, right? So if you have been used to a certain type of money, like a certain type of income each year, say you had a job and let's say you made $30,000 a year. If you're used to that, if you suddenly start making six figures, you're going to sabotage the fuck out of yourself. It's going to happen because you're not used to it. You don't know how to acclimate to it. And so this is where the mindset work comes in handy. It comes in handy for many, many things. But as you're trying to grow and stretch yourself beyond anything that you have done or seen or perceived before, it is a real battle against yourself, because we have these set points, right? We have these comfort points of what we are okay with, what we're comfortable with having. So we have that with the income that we make, the comfort that we have with the money that we make. We have a comfort point with the money that sits in our bank accounts. We have a comfort point with the amount of debt that we have. We have a comfort point with how much spending we do. And what you'll find is that as you're making more and more money, your comfort points don't necessarily change. So if you are used to only having $30,000 a year and suddenly you have six figures, $100,000 a year, it is very common for people to sabotage themselves by spending $70,000 of that money and just having the $30,000 remaining, because they're not used to it. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to acclimate to it. So they'll either go and spend it, or they will blow it, or they'll lose it, or something will happen where an expense comes in that they've got to pay all of this money for. It is so unbelievably common. So if you have had this experience on your journey, don't worry, it's okay, it's very normal. But mindset work is imperative to help you reach these new levels in your business. And without it, you will run the risk of sabotaging yourself because your mindset hasn't grown with the skills you've learned and action you've taken. It's kind of like only working out your left bicep and never your right. It's got to be a priority to look at what's going on, to look at the BS that you've been telling yourself and shift those limiting stories you tell about yourself and about money and who you are as a person with money, about your business, about the world, and about yourself, and change it. You have to change it. So what that looks like is saturating your mind with new content about money. It could be money mindset content. It could be financial content. It could be money saving content. It could be anything. But essentially, you want to saturate your mind and start changing the way that you think. And the way that you start changing the way that you think is you start listening to new ideas over and over again that will help you change this. All right, lovely. So there you have it. That is my 6 tips for 6 figures. Did you notice that there are actually only 2 action steps in there? Everything else is more methods to follow. That's because the truth is the way to make money is to show up every day and sell. That's it. That's all you need to do. Just show up, provide value, and ask for the sale. That's it. And that has been my business model for freaking ever. Since I started my business. It has been give value and ask for the sale. Invite people to purchase the products that you know are going to help them with this specific problem. And you talk about it passionately. And you gush about it, and you tell them about the other people who have taken it, and the results that they've gotten, and the results that you've gotten. And you just talk about it over and over again in different ways. And you educate them, and you give them free tips, give them free advice. And then you ask for the sale. It's really, really that simple. It is not complicated at all. You don't need fancy tech. The truth is, you just need to have a problem that you solve and a way to sell it. That's it. If you constantly talk to the people who have this problem and you know them, you know their problems inside and out, that they feel like, oh my God, they see me, they feel me, they hear me, they understand my problem, you will have no problem with sales, right? You don't need tech for that. You literally just need a platform, a social media platform, if you really want. That's it. And a product. Of course, a product. But that's it, my love. All right? So that is 6 tips on how to make 6 figures. Thank you so much for listening. Again, next week I am running the free 5-day workshop on how to make 6 figures in 2023. If you want to learn that, if you want to sell digital products and you want to make 6 figures this year, get into the waitlist. Jump on the 6 Figure Society waitlist. It's down the bottom in the show notes in the description. And get on that waitlist because it's the only way to get it. Okay, lovely. Thank you so much. Come over to Instagram to tell me how you feel about today's episode, what you learned, and I will see you next week.